Charlie Chaplin again. So I've been talking to my parents and my aunt Min about just the whole Oxford incident tragedy. Ugh. And just hearing just the series of events from their perspective compared to mine. And I'm just like, I gotta make my perspective clear and get the public opinion. So, and again, this is also a shout out to my aunt. Hi, Marie Gomo. But again, she told me after I told her my perception that I think that you should defend Ethan Crumley. So again, Marie Gomo, this one's for you. Now, when I first heard this from my father, he told me, "Did you hear what happened in Michigan?" I said, "Oh, geez, what happened now?" He said, "Another boy walks into school with a gun and shoots 4 people, ends up killing them and hurts a bunch of others." I said, "Oh, great." I honestly don't want to hear this, Dad. He's like, "No, this," and just I'm like, "All right, whatever." So he just tells me the series of events, like. And the one thing that hit me was just like, now his parents are arrested. And I was like, what? Which shows me like, oh my gosh, this country is changing. We are changing. Like, I knew it was changing, but we have changed. Like, they're going after the parents now. And I saw this with Daryl, I believe his name was, who was involved in the Christmas parade incident, who I found a clip on YouTube, was also putting his mother in a position where she was now almost being arrested. And I only bring this up because both defendants clearly had some kind of mental problem that was the cause of this that is now affecting us in whatever way it's affecting you. But this is how it's affecting me. I looked into the story myself, like I do, because my dad's like, "Where do you watch your news?" I'm like, "I don't watch the news. You should watch CNN." I'm like, "I'm definitely not going to watch CNN for facts." But I watch CNN on YouTube. He's like, "You can't watch YouTube. You got to watch TV." And I'm like, "What are you telling me? I'll do what I do. Just let me figure it out." So I figured it out. I've been piling up information. Like, here's a white skinned kid who, 15 years old. Gosh, where do I even begin? I guess we'll begin on Black Friday when, it's a time where we just know people go crazy for some reason, for some reason. And so, yeah, if I found the thing, it's just like, okay, the gun was purchased by the father on Black Friday for his son, Ethan. Okay, so there's that. The father's involvement. He bought the son a gun. Now, in this time, we know, hey, that's our right. As Americans, there's nothing wrong with it. And again, the father, he had no reason not to, doubt that his son was, capable of being responsible with a gun. And I only say that because, according to the school in the news, they found no prior behavioral issues or any kind of criminal record or anything. This kid was, just a good kid. I even found a picture of him as a little boy just, praying, and it was just, you could see the light shining, so bright. And then all of a sudden, from that age to 15, out of the blue. And I say that because after he got that gun, he then posted the gun on Facebook. Now, I'm not on Facebook anymore because I think Facebook, for me in my hands, is just a knife that I can use to kill myself. So I literally just posted on Facebook like 10 years ago, like, hey, thank you everybody, but I'm killing myself because of my mom and dad. Probably not. There's a lot of backstory. If you want to hear more about that, just write a comment. I'll make a video on that. But it was a cry for help. So being somebody who accepts I have mental issues, yes, I have mental issues. I know that. But hey, I'm dealing with them. I'm not trying to go through the system because I agree with Daryl's mother. The system is broken for people like us, and we can't trust the system to help us in any way because clearly the system doesn't work. So I'm glad that my parents didn't put me through therapy, even though I begged them, like, please send me to therapy. Now, Kyle's plea for help, and I call it a plea for help because he posts this gun. He writes, here's my new beauty. It's something, I don't know, model guns. I'm totally anti-gun. And then he ends the post with, ask any questions, I will answer. Which reminded me of another cry for help when I was like, am I God? I had just found out, like, in the Bible that anybody who knows love knows God because God is love. I read that and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm totally love. Like, does that mean I'm God? Like, that, obviously not that. But I was like, or is that what God is? God is just love. And we just kind of forgot that. We skipped over that as we were skimming or whatever. But that was like an answer that I was like lingering in my mind. Like, I don't know, based on this, I think that I could prove that God exists and that I'm God, that you're God, if God is love. And I did that on Facebook before I left Facebook. Hey, I just read in the Bible, God is love. Now, all my Facebook friends, would you agree that Charles is also love? And if you do, wouldn't that logically mean that if love is God and Charles is love, like, isn't one the same? And I wrote that and I was like, do I really want to post this? Do I want to hide it or whatever? I made a lot of like stops where I was just like, what am I going to do next? So when I finally posted it, I didn't write it, but essentially I had that same tagline at the end in the subtext. Just, hey, I put this out here. Ask me questions. I will answer. I didn't say that, but people got it. I got 3 comments back just like, yeah, I think God is nature. I said, that's cool. Then that's God. I think God is nature too. I love nature. He liked my comment. Next comment, talked it out, liked the comment. I got like 3 likes out of the 3 comments and then a couple extra likes on top of that. It was actually a good experience. I was like, wow, which led me to be like, okay, well, that worked that time. Maybe this will work if I kill myself to get through to my brother and my dad that I'm crazy. I know it. Stop telling me to be normal because your normal is crazy to me. And they couldn't get that. And so I told them, okay, if you want to see crazy, I'll show you crazy. And that's what happened. Again, I can make a video about that if you want more details. We're focusing on this issue. Now, when Kyle posts this Facebook post, the difference is he asked for questions. Now, I don't know if it was like that made people like not want to do it or whatever, but I don't know. All I know is he left that door open for people and I didn't see any comments made, so nobody walked through that door. But I did also see that he had received 5 likes on Facebook. And that just does not settle well with me. Especially it does not settle well with me if we're going to, make sure justice is served. Go after the parents. Go after the person who let the parents in while they were trying to go on the lam, which is another issue. Like, yeah, everybody involved. Let's start rounding them up. But hey, I see a clear problem that these 5 people who liked it aren't part of it. And as the just man, look, it's only fair that you guys go through that, hunt them down however you want. Find who got those 5 likes. Let's bring those people in and just see what was going through their mind when they just saw this and just liked it. Just like Kyle, what was going through your mind when you did this? Now, if they can logically and reasonably explain, hey, look, it's just Facebook, man. I just try to like everything. You can't even dislike whatever. I want a logical explanation of why you 5 people just liked it and didn't ask any questions. And if you don't feel guilty about this happening, why? Because you are totally guilty. You are the most guilty out of anybody. Not to rain down fire, but I just got to tell you like I see it. Those 5 are the guilty ones. They're the ones who need to be on the stand, just like the parents. Kyle is guilty of murdering 4 people. He's guilty of that. He did that. But if I'm defending Kyle, I see these pieces of evidence that we were brought forth by the public or the media. Based on this evidence alone and the other evidence I found, this kid proves that the way that we as people just look, treat, think, and just deal with mental health, or people with mental health problems, or even just admitting that we have maybe something in our mind that's just ill, is broken. Or it needs to be broken in this sense. And it's, it's all mental health. So, if you're sitting here on Twitter just being like, what kind of parent? It's like, yeah, you get it. But let's focus on those 5. Let's get these 5. We got the parents, we got them. Let's get them all. I want to hear the whole story. I would love to hear the parents' reasoning on why they bailed. I heard that, hey, look, there's just a lot of stuff going on, all this stuff. Like, we just had to get away. Understandable. Hey, I can imagine that. But just to give you a comparison, the lady who is the mother of the gentleman who committed just as much, killed the same amount of people, hurt even more. When they went after her, she didn't leave. She was at home. She told them, look, if you guys want to bring me to court, I'll go to court. But my son has been suffering from mental illness his entire life. And the system that we have is broken and it's broken to help people like my son. And she said, that's not an excuse. That's just an explanation. That's the only explanation I needed. Yes. Here we go. So, when I decided I'm going to want to run for president, I want to be president on my birthday, my 44th birthday, November 5th, 2024. I want to be the next president of the United States. Why? So I can fix this issue. But even if I don't, I need to fix this issue, which is why I just ask you of the jury. Let's keep our fingers pointed at the parents and getting these 5. But right now, let's just agree that Ethan knows he's guilty of that. Now, I'm here to help us all and help him especially just get that poison that was in his mind out of there. And the poison that's putting in your mind out of there. It's all poison. It's all poison. Don't get caught in the trap. Resist the temptation to speak your opinion on Twitter or on Facebook or whatever until just you have a clear picture of all the facts and all the parts and pieces going on in this crazy machine we've called America. Now, look, you're going to be like, this is crazy. But I finished the Bible, officially finished the Bible, read word for word, looked up everything I was confused about. I finally finished. It took me 40 years, but December 12th, 2021, I finally closed it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the greatest story of all time, because like one of my favorite movies, Never Ending Story. Like, it was a boy who just read this book and was like, is this book about me? Are they talking about me? Like, no, wait. That's who I was. I'm just saying, no, that's crazy. What? No, like, the emotional roller coaster I was on until I finished this book. I was like, oh, But now I realize why. And it's because I am. I'm this person that everybody's waiting to come down. I've been told, like, okay, Charles, I've been like, hey, talking to my religious friends, like, okay, I got another crazy one for you. I think at this point, I think I'm the second coming of Jesus. My friends are great. They know me. They're not going to judge me like they just judge like some theist or whatever. Like, they know me, so they take the time. Charles, what do you mean? You know, there's specifics about what this person entails. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I think it's me. And when I like told them like that, it's just like, okay, well then I agree with you. Like, but that doesn't make you the second Jesus, because again, this book is clearly outlined. Like, these are the things that need to happen for everybody else to realize, you know, like he's coming down on clouds and trumpets are playing. I'm just like, I mean, like, if we're talking about a literal cloud coming down, but like I was on like cloud 9, you know, like, and I'm like still up on like cloud 10. But if you want me to come down to ground level, like I can do that. And if you want me to play a song with trumpets playing while we talk, like I will do that. But I guarantee you that's not going to shake if I don't have that stuff. Like, I know who I am. This is what I'm here to do. I'm sorry it took me so long to realize that and walk through that mirror. But the irony is, December 2nd, 2021 is a palindrome. It's a mirror. That was my sign. It's the only sign I needed. And yeah, so I'm just putting this out here. Am I crazy? Do I belong in a mental institute? Do I belong in the Oval Office? Or do I just belong in this world to do good? And I hope that I find myself in the middle, no matter which direction I find myself being pulled into. But I'm just here to do good. So if you're watching this, look, please, just know I'm not the ordinary person you've dealt with who's deceived you or brought you pain. I'm not going to guarantee you I won't bring you pain. I'm not going to deceive you in a way. Like, I don't need your money. I'm not looking for money. Money I don't need. I know a lot of people need money. If you need money from me, I'm not going to be able to do that for you. If that's all you are going to say is, I need money, then you need to rephrase what you need from me. So again, my name is Charles Pang, or Charlie Chaplin, or God, because God is love. And I would like to be your next president. I will be your next president of the United States. And I don't want that to scare you, because I know that statement, just based on what this video says to you, that could cause a lot of fear or a lot of hope. And for those who are feeling fearful, just don't. You don't need to be feared. I have no blame on you. This is a clean start for America. God told me that day was the apocalypse. That day when I walked through that reflection and said, okay, I accept this. I will tell people this is who I am. I will bear that cross. And if they want to nail me on that cross, that's fine. But like Joshua did, I'm going to commit myself to this. So if you're not on board with that, fine. But try to meet me in the middle by asking questions. Don't hold anything back. Don't hide behind some troll name. Come to me in a comment here. And if you want to try to play troll, then email me. My email is revelation7v2. That's the number 7, the letter V, 2, the number 2, at gmail.com. Revelation7v2 at gmail.com. And tell me what you want me to do, or what you think I should do, or what you would do. Just tell me. Tell me what's on your mind. I want to listen before I go crazy. I won't go like postal crazy, but again, we need people to talk to. And I hope that after watching this, you have a different idea of what the issue is. You know, I'm not defending Kyle from being that, but I'm just saying he was suffering from something that we need to address. I know exactly what that is, and I will go into that further in another video. But again, just GeiGo, good in, good out. You know, don't put any bad negativity out on this digital frontier that we've been using, because it's just going to make things worse. So if you're feeling any kind of negativity after watching this video especially, just email me and we'll do it there. We'll keep it out of the public eye and work it out until we're able to just see if we can transform that energy into like a higher state of being, so that we can then take that and put out a vibration on the digital world for everybody that'll be more productive than destructive like it's been. We don't need a revolution. Now it's time to have an evolution. So thank you. Comment, subscribe, I hope, if you want. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers just so I could just click the live button, just have my thing recording, just be here. You guys can see everything I do 24 hours a day. So if that excites you, then yeah, be a subscriber, help me get to 1,000. But either way, I need you to reach out to me.